Hey everybody, Thrifty Teresa here. It is time for a sales report. This is primarily going to focus on my Etsy sales for the last half of August, August 15th through the 31st. I am crazy thrilled that on Etsy in my Thrifty Teresa shop, I sold 17 items. 17 items in like 2.5 weeks, which is probably a record. I do think August was a record month for my Etsy sales. I mentioned in a previous video that I have been plugging a lot of my effort into Etsy, and it's certainly paying off. I've had to let some other projects and some other ideas and some other, million-dollar money makers slide in order to focus my time and attention on building my Thrifty Teresa Etsy shop to be super successful. So I'm really proud of my efforts, but I am I'm just really proud of the sales. So for the month of August, actually let's just say this half, because I'm only going to show you half of the items I sold. I did my beginning of August sales report a couple weeks ago, and I'll link down below to that video. So we'll say for the last half of August, August 15th to August 31st, I sold 17 items on Thrifty Teresa. I sold 2 items on eBay. One of those items wound up getting lost in the mail and I had to refund it, so there's no point in talking about that. And I sold a couple items on Instagram, and I sold one item in my handmade Etsy shop. I will show you that first. So the first item that sold, it was in the Prayers for Teresa Etsy shop. Here's my little logo down here. This is one of my handmade rosaries. It was a olive green glass rosary. I turned all these little pins and strung them all together and made the chains and the decades and everything. Anyway, this is one of those rosaries that have been sitting in my shop for a very long time. This sold for $25 plus shipping, and that was one of my first sales, so I'm very happy with that. On to Thrifty Teresa. So this is a piece of art. It is a little framed picture. It is a ink and watercolor illustration, little caricature of a CPA's office. It actually sold to a CPA. I Googled him when he bought it, and his name came up as being a CPA, so hopefully he bought it for his office. I think actually the address he gave me was for his office. I'm not creepy. I don't Google all of my customers, so don't get nervous about that if you ever buy from me. I'm not like searching your homes, but I was really curious about who would buy this, so I Googled him. Anyway, this sold for $18. There's another little picture of it. Next item here, this is one of my Instagram sales. This lady bought 2 Get Along Gang mugs. This was the first one. I sold the mugs to her for $8 each. She bought this one, and then she also bought this one. And I relisted this Treat Yourself one because I have 2. So she bought one, I'm selling another one. I originally had them priced at $10 on Etsy, but I was doing a little sale on my Instagram for $8, and she wanted both of them, so I lowered the price for her. She ordered through Etsy rather than doing the PayPal situation on Instagram. So those were $8 each. Plus shipping. After that, I sold these triple Yahtzee scorecards. I sold those for $10. This is a pin that I got in a big lot of pins a long time ago. I sold this pin for $9. It was about a 2.5-inch pin, good size button from MCA Records, supporting The Who. Again, that was $9. This is a set of Pimpernel coasters. I love Pimpernel coasters. I showed you some in a haul video the other week. I have sold a lot of nice coasters over this past year. This is a set of old classic cars from the 20s and the 30s. They got the Alfa Romeo and the Packard and the Rolls Royce. This set of coasters sold for $14. This was a international order, and this I believe was going to England, which is funny because Pimpernel coasters are made in England. So I thought that was kind of amusing that they were going back there. Another international order was this set of playing cards. Oops, did I mention this set of coasters sold for $14? Okay. Then this is a set of playing cards, old playing cards. They have the Victorian fan and the bicycle on them. They were pretty old and worn, but they were still really beautiful. I sold those for $15. This went to Canada. Next item is this little rabbit. He was import from Japan. He is made from a Nesco. He had the little stamp on his foot, and it had the real fur bunny tail. This little bunny came in a lot of a bunch of figurines that I got a while back with little bears and some precious moments. I sold this little fella for $10. Next is another set of playing cards. This set of playing cards came in a tin. They were sealed. The tin was open. The tin was fairly scuffed and everything, showed some wear, but these cards inside were still sealed. I sold this set of cards for $8. Another $8 sale was this Walt Disney World Winnie the Pooh button from the amusement park. I got this in another large lot of buttons. I've got 3 more Walt Disney World buttons with various characters on them, including Mickey. I have them in my store for $8 each. They are very large buttons. I believe this one was close to 3 inches. Very large, colorful button. This item is a wood slice wall plaque decoupage with this owl on it. Very cool. Branson, Missouri, 1982. I sold this for $16. Next sale was this Rod Stewart pin. This is a little square pin. I bought this in a secondhand shop in the University District. This was one of the very first items that I ever purchased for my shop. And I sold something else the other week, a couple weeks ago, that was another one of my very first items that I got for the Thrifty Teresa shop last November when I opened my shop. So this is one of them. Rod Stewart's been waiting for his forever home since November. He sold for $6. He's also an international order. He went to England. That's another international sale. I've just recently started accepting international sales, and I've been very pleased with that so far. So always happy to have happy customers overseas. Okay, another set of Pimpernel coasters. This is a set of English cottages. It just says English cottage on there. And funny enough, this is another situation where I wound up selling this to a friend. I had listed it, and within an hour or so, she saw it posted on my Facebook page, and she grabbed it. She immediately purchased it. This is a friend of mine who lives in Ohio. She had just come home from England. She was in England for weeks, and she's only been back home for about a week, and she was telling me that she was so excited to see these coasters because she didn't get an opportunity to do a lot of she was doing a lot of sightseeing and stuff and visiting some friends over there, and going on tours. And I think she saw Benedict Cumberbatch in a play, and she posted all these wonderful photos, but she didn't do much souvenir shopping. So she was thrilled to see these vintage coasters listed, and she grabbed them. She bought them for $15. So I hope she really enjoys them. Thank you for your purchase, Lee. Next set of playing cards sold. I do love my playing cards. I've got tons of them in my shop. This is a set of cards that were logoed with the Hartford, which is Hartford Insurance, and it's got their elk or stag or whatever kind of animal this is that's on their logo. So these cards are pretty plain and basic, red and blue, but it had the gold deer on it there, and these sold for $12. Next item, this is my last set of Pogs. This is the original set of Pogs, which made me think about buying those Pogs that I sold a couple weeks ago. This is an item that came from my dad's house. It was a sealed package of a Goosebumps collector's book for the Caps / Pogs. It's the same name for the same type of toy. And it came with 16 of their own Goosebumps themed Pogs. And then this little guy called a Slammer. Made of heavy plastic. They're from 1995, and they sold for $20. The reason I went out and found more Pogs, or stumbled upon more Pogs and decided to buy them, is because I was constantly getting hits on this item. It took a while for it to sell, but I was constantly, almost every single day, people were looking this up, searching for the word Pogs or Caps, seeing that in my Etsy stats, so I knew I was going to be able to sell those other Pogs, and I did. So again, this set sold for $20. Another item here, I just posted this yesterday, and again, it sold immediately within a few hours. I don't necessarily think I sold this to anybody that I know. Oh, actually, I'm sorry. They are a repeat customer. They purchased one of these other items the other day. Who was it? I think it was the person that bought the Santa cards. Anyway, she also bought this set of tally cards, vintage Hallmark tally cards. They're dated from 1961. Tally cards were used when playing bridge. They had special scoring items here. And they came in this beautiful quilted design. And she bought those for $6. She had a little discount because she was a repeat customer, and I do include discount codes on my business cards when I send them to my customers. So she used her discount code to get a little percentage off of her second purchase. So thank you very much for that. And lastly, this is my last sale. This was my last sale on August 31st. It actually dinged on my phone like as soon as I went to bed. So I grabbed it and shipped it out this morning, September 1st, but the sale originated on August 31st. Another set of playing cards, these Precious Moments, little kids. It is a set from Hallmark, and they're just adorable. This set sold for $15. So for the last 2.5 weeks on Etsy, selling 17 items, I made a profit. This is after fees, after shipping, after everything. I made a profit of $159.45. So I am thrilled at how well I've done on Etsy in the month of August. I will do a full sales report for Amazon, Etsy, and eBay. And Bonanza and Instagram. I've made some interesting sales this month, and I will do a full sales report at a later time. So this was just the Etsy sales. Thank you so much for watching. I will talk to you guys later. Bye.